Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Back to Blighty podcast. My name is Becky, and I am coming at you today from under my birch tree again in the garden on the south coast of England, where I live with my partner, our son, and our Springer Spaniel called Molly, who's just out of shot here. I hope you're doing really, really well today. You can find me, first of all, on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook as Back to Blighty, and also I have an Etsy shop where I sell hand-dyed yarn and sometimes some project bags. So, yes, how are we all doing? Are you all doing all right? Drinking tea today. It's really hot and it's already had a green fly in it. So, we'll see how things go. Doesn't bode well, does it? The birds are singing again. I hope they're not too loud, and I hope it's a little bit of a breeze today, so I'm hoping that the microphone is coping okay with that. So, where should we start? I think it's probably best to start with the elephant in the room. I think, like a lot of other people, I was horrified to hear about the death of George Floyd, and I kind of wanted to bring that up because I feel that it's important. You know, we have this platform, and it's really important to sort of get word out there and educate people and help people to gain a greater knowledge of things that are going on at the moment. Obviously, everybody is welcome here, regardless of race, gender, or what your identity is. Everybody is welcome. But I just wanted to say, actually, it made me think about how we can become complacent. You know, I work in mental health and I work across Brighton and Hove, which is a really diverse city. And so sometimes it doesn't even enter my head that this, you know, awful racism is still going on, because I work in a community where we kind of just, I don't know, we sort of just all get along and we don't even think about it, and it's really easy to become complacent. So it's really important that we educate ourselves on that more, and we don't become complacent, and we do stand up for what we believe in. And you know, Black lives do matter, all lives do matter, and it's really important just to kind of keep banging on about it, you know, because people need to be heard, and it's a really important time. So with that in mind, I've been doing some reading, and I have been reading The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. And I was put onto this by Safia, who is the Drunk Knitter on Instagram, and she also has a blog, so do go over and see that. But she is doing a book and knitting club, and she's reading The Bluest Eye, and it's about Pecola, who is an 11-year-old black girl living in Ohio. And it's about the damaging effects of Eurocentric beauty, and also the tremendous negative impacts that has on an awful lot of people, and the racism that does go on behind that. It's a harrowing read, but it's a beautiful read, and I really urge you to have a look at it. I am really enjoying it. It makes me catch my breath because it is so traumatic, but it is just brilliant. I don't know what else to say about it. Read it. But also Safia is also doing a knit along to go with the book, so there's a lot of conversation around it, which is really important. And she's also offering a free shawl pattern called the Pecola shawl pattern, named after the main character in the book. And she asks for you to donate anything you can afford to Black Lives Matter. So I've made my donation, I've got the pattern, I'm reading the book, I just got to get on and knit. But in my acquisitions, I think I've got the perfect yarn for that shawl. But anyway, the links to that will be below, and also to Black Lives Matter. Please do what you can. Even if you can't make a donation, please have a voice. It is so important. Right, I think I've gone on a bit, sorry. I feel like I'm rambling already, but you know, it needs to be said. So, we have been hosting the What a Lot of Potter Cow. I have been hosting that with the lovely Ellie from the Craft House Magic podcast, and we are drawing the winners today. Hooray! So I've got a couple of prizes that I'm going to be giving away, And Ellie's going to be giving a couple of prizes away as well, and I think she's going to podcast them or film them in her next podcast, so you can have a look at them. I don't think I'm going to tell you what you've won. I think I'm going to show what I've made, and then I think I might leave it as a surprise, and then you just get one of them, which is, I think, is kind of cool. So yeah, going to be drawing that at the end of the podcast. What else have I got to tell you? Oh, what I'm wearing. I am wearing a me-made dress. I was wearing a me-made dress actually in my last podcast, and someone asked me about it, and I completely forgot to say. It's kind of making me want to sew again this lovely summer weather, and you know, I'm getting my summer dresses out, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I feel like the urge, and I haven't sewn anything for a long time. And for those of you that have been following the podcast for a long time, you will know that when I started this podcast, it was all about sewing, and I hadn't done any knitting for years and years. So I'm kind of thinking I might be getting a bit of a sewing mojo back. Watch this space. But this dress is the Lizette 1419. I'm going to kneel up so you can have a better look. So mine's got pockets, because dresses have to have pockets. And there's this lovely little button detail here. And I put some... I don't know, it's like a lace trim there, and just a zip at the back. Yeah, I can't remember the fabric. It was a long time ago I made this dress, 2-3 years maybe, so maybe longer, 4 years, who knows. But yeah, thought I would just mention that. And I think if I get time, I might be doing a bit of sewing. It's a bit difficult at the moment because the sewing room, I call it the sewing room, it's the office / their room, is busy at the moment because Leon is working from home at the moment. So he's up there, and I can't get my sewing machine out as readily as I would normally be able to. So yeah, we'll see. But I do feel the need to make another dress, especially as I keep seeing them. Anyway, the other thing that I was wearing earlier, and I will put a picture in up here, is my Soldotna. I have got it here. It was so hot, I was like, took some photos, and I was just like, I've got to get it off. I have finished my Soldotna, and here it is. So pleased with it. This was such a quick make. It actually goes quite nicely with my dress. So yeah, the yarn is Drops Lima. All of the colours that I use will be on my Ravelry project page, which I will put in the description bar below. It's such a nice knit. I love it, and I just love this colour work. It's just so nice. It's really lovely. I made the body a little bit longer. The only other change I made is that I did a twisted rib at the top, and also on these bits there should be a little different colour, white in there or something. I just didn't read the chart properly, just went on ahead regardless, but I kind of think they look like strawberries, so I kind of really like them. I'm going to be making another one, not for me, for somebody else, and I really don't mind knitting it again because it is fabulous. Great pattern. Oh my goodness, who's it by? See, there's always something. Is it Caitlin Hunter? I'll put it there. Yeah, Soldotna, brilliant pattern. The yarn was really cheap. I did have to get another white and another light green just because I wanted the body slightly longer. I just thought it would be more wearable, so I could wear it with jeans, no matter what the waist is like. But I think it's going to look great under dungarees. Yeah, love it. Really, really happy with that project. The next finished object that I have to show you, I don't have with me because I have gifted it. So along with a lot of people who joined in the What a Lot of Potter Cow. My goodness, who thought of that name, Ellie? Oh yeah, it was me. For those of us that did join in with the What a Lot of Potter Cow, we were making patterns from the Knitting Magic book by Tanis Gray, I believe. And I made the Weasley Sweater for my son's girlfriend, Thea, who is adorable and so knitworthy. And she wanted one because Jack has a Weasley sweater, and she wanted one in the blue like Harry wears because, you know, they wanted to she thought it would be fun to them both to have a similar jumper. So I made it for her. I cropped it quite a bit because I wanted it a little, well, we wanted it a little bit more fitted, so it was a bit more feminine. And I shall pop the picture up here of Thea wearing it. She has promised she will send me a photograph, so I'm hoping that you can see her up there. Now the pattern, oh my goodness, it just seemed to be one like obstacle after another with this pattern. It wasn't the pattern, it was completely me, completely me. And first of all, it was knit flat, which I don't think I'm ever going to do again, quite frankly. It's just one step too far. So I knit the back twice because I picked up the wrong needles. So I knit the back twice. That was the first problem with it. The second problem was the duplicate stitch. I was a bit of a perfectionist with it, and which, you know, is good in some ways, but it just seemed to take forever to do that bit. Then I sewed it all up, which took ages, bearing in mind that this was a bit of a surprise for Jack. I was trying to do it while he wasn't around, because obviously he's at home from university at the moment. And of course, because it's navy blue, I couldn't do it in the evening because I just couldn't see it. So I was like trying to do it, got that done, held it up yesterday, and I was like, yes, it's finished. And then I thought, do you know what, that neckline looks a bit small. So I tried to put it on my head. I'm not joking. It looked like I was giving birth. It kind of went to there. So I was like, I had about that much yarn left. So I ripped it back and I did a really, really loose rib. I went up a needle size for the rib, and I finished it literally 2 minutes before she walked in the door. But it fits, it's beautiful, and Thea is so knit worthy, so I don't regret knitting it. But however, I'm not going to be doing it again, ever. So great pattern though, if you like knitting in the flat. I don't. So, other finished objects. I have another finished object. I have my rock socks, and I was knitting these last time. They're colourwork socks, and the yarn is Drops Fable print. There's a blue one and a red one. I'll come a bit closer, you can see here really well. So it's colourwork, really, really simple. There's a blue colour and a red colour, which are on my Ravelry note pages, and this is Drops Unicolor, nearly said Lima, Unicolor, which was very thin in comparison. It just seemed a little bit thinner, so I actually went down to a 2.25 needle. I did a 2.5 needle for the cuff, and it just felt a little bit thin. So I went down to 2.25 for the heel and the toe. I wasn't that impressed with the yarn. However, I've used it in another pair in a different colourway, and the yarn is much thicker, so I'm just wondering whether this is a slightly dodgy batch. Don't know. But yeah, so these are Drops Design. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I love these socks, and I've got loads left over, so I can easily make another pair. So yeah, recommend that pattern. Even though I'm not necessarily a big fan of the Drops patterns, because I feel that they do copy a few people, I kind of think, actually, yeah, these were a good pattern. I'm really sorry if you can hear an aeroplane. Just up the road from me, we have a gliding field, and so sometimes they shoot over and they're really noisy. So I'm hoping it's not interrupting too much. I have a PhD, so my project half done are these gorgeous socks. Now, I showed this yarn on my last podcast, and this is Fab Funky Fibres. And as I said, this is the Unicolor from Drops Fable, and this is the black, and this was much, much better. However, I did use the 2.25 on the rib this time as well. So I did a twisted rib there, 1x1 rib, and then I did my usual 64 stitches on, it was 2.25 all the way down actually, afterthought heel, wedge toe. Love those socks. And I have started the other one, and I'm that far down. I'm not matching them. They're going to be kind of brother and sister, because I want to use as much of this yarn as I possibly can. So here's the yarn, which is just gorgeous. And have I got the label in here? I have. So here it is. Fab funky fibres. It's CMYK and it's Realness, it's called. And it's 75% merino, 25% nylon. You get 50 grams, which is 212 metres. Really recommend. I mean, those stripes. Let's just have another little look at the gorgeousness of those stripes. They are amazing. So beautiful. Love them. Leery socks. Who doesn't love a pair of leery socks? I'm using Chalgu needles, which are my favourite little 9-inch circulars. So yeah, so they're coming on really, really well. So that's not bad, is it? As far as kind of finished objects and PhDs go, quite pleased with that. Okay, so let's have a look at my whips, and I've been getting on really, really well. So we'll start with my Chrysler shawl. So I'm making the Chrysler shawl by Stephen West, and I am using get these out. So Harvest Hues. So this is in the Woad colourway by John Arbon, and this is my Albatross colourway, which there is a bit in the shop actually at the moment, not on this base. This is my BFL nylon base, and this, have I got the tag? I have. Is 65% organically farmed Falklands merino, 35% Devon's waterballs, and that's it. And you get 100 grams is 400 metres. So the Albatross is slightly thicker. There's 365 metres in 100 grams. So it's slightly less, but you wouldn't actually know. So I'm going to show you how far I've got to. In fact, it's all starting to bunch up a little bit now because shawls do that, don't they? When they get bigger. So this is as far as I've got. So last time I was up to the marker, which is here. So I'd done that bit, and so yeah, so I'm getting there. I'm going to show you the colour so you can see it a bit closer up. So there's some orange speckles and teals, and yeah, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Love it. I think I'm about halfway, so it's going to be massive, which I'm really excited about. The yarn is going to be so warm, but it's really light. It is perfect, and I think once this is blocked, once it's blocked out, it's going to look amazing. So yeah, really enjoying this pattern. Stephen West patterns, it's my first one. I was a Stephen West virgin. This is my first one, and I have to say I'm so impressed with the pattern instructions. Everything is just so clear. So in fact I've got this, which is my Albatross here. So yeah, so I've got 2 skeins of each, and as I said, you know, I've got quite a lot left. I mean, although the shawl is obviously, the row's getting longer, I think I'm on about 370 something stitches now. It's not colour work, it's slip stitches, so it's really, really nice. It's really rhythmical, and yeah, recommend that pattern. So that's coming on quite nicely. What else have I got? Right, my Azul sweater by Orlane Such. Now this is living in my not so dodgy bag by the lovely Ali. And this is the one that last time I said that I was a bit nervous about because the yarn I was using was quite fine, and also that it reminded me a bit of brownie colours. I really like it, so I've carried on. I'm going to show you how far I've got, which again is really hard when I am when it's on the needles, but that's as far as I've got. So yeah, so you can see, I think it's going to be really nice. The main colour is the dark, which is Penny by Cosmic Strings, and the light colour is my BFL in the Honey colourway. So yeah, I shall show you the Cosmic Strings label. There it is, and this is really fine, and this is why I was worried, because it's 75% merino, 25% nylon, and it's 425 metres per 100 grams, and so it creates this really fine fabric, but I actually really like it, and I think it's going to be perfect for sort of late summer evenings. So I shall come a bit closer so that you can see a little bit more of that detail. So yeah, I think I've got about 10 more rows to go before I finish the colour work. And then there's some German short row shaping before I split for the sleeve. But yeah, really like. So yeah, so I'm carrying on with that. So really clear pattern, lovely pattern. I should put a picture up here actually of what the jumper looks like when it's finished, so you can have a look. And yeah, really enjoying that at the moment. What else have I got? Okay. I'm just checking because I was thinking, what have I got in here? Nothing. It's just the odds from my Soldotna in there. But it looks nice. Knitting bag and case. Great bag. Okay, my final work in progress is living in a new bag. Look at that. It's called Fisherman's Friend. It's got a lovely little wooden ball there as well. Look at that. It's so pretty. And this is made by Rachel on Etsy. Now, the lovely Nikki from the Sheep and Cheerful podcast, who I completely forgot her name last time. Sorry, Nikki. She seems to be a bit of an enabler because there's 2 podcasts now that I've watched and I've been like, I need that. And this is one of them. So yeah, I mean, the patchwork on it is just beautiful. And this is kind of close to my heart because obviously I come from a nautical family. My dad was a submariner. My mum was a wren, and my older brother was also in the Navy. So yeah, and also I really liked it because it's got a ginger beard, and obviously, you know, we're a ginger family. So I really liked that. Anyway, digressing. So a little while ago, I put an order in for John Arbon, and I bought the Harvest Hues, but I also bought a sock set. I'm hoping these aren't too messy. I'm going to just do that. So there you go. And this is John Arbon Exmoor sock, and I shall pull out the label. Here's the label. It's gorgeous packaging, really lovely. So this is hold on, bear with, 60% Exmoor Blueface, 20% Corriedale, 10% Sport Balls and 10% nylon, and it's made in the UK, obviously, by John Arbon. So the colours are this one, which is Odd Mid Odd, which I love that name, and I love that green. It's amazing green. This is Bouldering Clouds, and this one is Mizzle. And I am making the Sansevieria socks, which I shall put a picture up here, and these are by Sonia Bargralowska. Sorry, Sonia, not sure how you pronounce that. And I've decided to make them 2 at a time because you can make them, there's enough for 2 pairs of socks in this kit. These are 50 grams each, so you've got plenty there. And I've decided to do 2 at a time, 1 in each colour. And I've just done the rib. So it's just a 2 by 2 rib, and I've done a few rows of plain. Not a lot to show you really. Haven't done 2 at a time for a while, but I kind of think this is the perfect project for, you know, 2 at a time socks. So yeah, I'm just using higher steels, 2.25 all the way down. So the green one will have the white and grey stripes, and obviously the grey one will have the green and white stripes. I say white, it's like a naturally colour. So yeah, but honestly, this yarn smells, it's the best smelling yarn. I mean, just buy it for the smell. It smells like wool, obviously, but with a hint of Turkish delight. Although I hate Turkish delight, but I like the smell of it. So yeah, so they're the next pair of socks on my needles. So I've got these ones for my Zoom around, you know, if I'm in a Zoom call meeting or a Teams meeting or a Skype meeting or whatever, then I have one of these under the table. Just, you know, yeah, of course I'm listening. Of course I'm looking professional. whereas these ones are kind of like just sit on the sofa and listen to a podcast or audiobook. So yeah, so they're all my whips. I have some yarn coming from a new to me place that I haven't shopped at before. Is it the Yarn Barn? The Wool Barn? I'll put it there. But I've got some gorgeous yarn coming hopefully really soon. And I'm wanting to make like more of a summer tea. So that's kind of on my list of things to do. The other thing is my ranunculus, you know, my green spruce one that I did with helped with baby Suri alpaca. There's a stitch that's like just popped out. At the moment it's got a stitch marker in it. I haven't got any yarn to sew it in, which I'm a little bit worried about. And I love that jumper. I wear it a lot. So I think I might have to make my 4th ranunculus as well. Although I quite fancy like a lace weight version. Not sure what's going to happen with that, but I'll keep you posted. Haven't quite decided yet. Right, what should we do now? Should we do the What a Lot of Posh Cow prize winners, and then I'll do acquisitions, and then I'll do a very tiny shop update of just a couple of things in the shop. I tend not to do like a massive shop update because it keeps, you know, going out of the shop, and but I just like to show you a couple of things that are there at the moment or coming in. I've been really busy. Thank you to everybody who has supported my little shop. It's so kind, and I wish I could die more. Today it's Monday, I've got today off purely because I'm having that time back in lieu. And I just thought, you know what, I just want to chill out a bit, film a podcast, and yeah, just enjoy the garden. Sometimes life gets so busy. I do my day job and then I dye as a hobby. That's my creative time. And yeah, and you just purchasing things from my little shop and supporting me and having really lovely reviews is really heartening. So thank you so much to everybody who's done that. Anyway, digressing again. What a lot of posh cow. Okay, so first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to the lovely Ellie who has co-hosted this with me. It's been an awful lot of fun, and I'm hoping that next year we're going to do another knit along together. Thank you for all your chatter in the chatter thread, and thank you for posting all your finished objects. I think we had 31 finished objects in the finished objects thread. There were garments, there were toys, there were washcloths, mug cozies, you name it, it was all there. So thank you so much. And what I might do is at the end I might actually put in a few pictures of what people made, and then you can have a look at just the difference in, you know, what's on there. It was lovely. So thank you to everybody that took part. There are 4 winners. The first winner, who made the Gryffindor house cardigan, is number 25, and that was Knit Buttercup. Now I don't know where you're from, Knit Buttercup, but you have won a prize. So well done you. The second prize winner was Nikio33, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. You were number 2 in the thread, and you made a set of Horcrux washcloths, which were brilliant, and that is still on my list of things to do, so congratulations. The third winner was Denise May Powell, and you were number 2, sorry, Nikki, I think is your name, you were number 8. already messed that up. Anyway, Denise May Powell, you were thread number 2, and you made a Cornish pixie, which was fabulous, so well done and congratulations. And the 4th winner is Snow Baby 312. You were number 17 in the thread, and you made the owl post pullover, which was quite a popular one to make. So congratulations to all 4 of you. If you could message me in Ravelry, just private message me and let me know your address, and then we will send the prizes out to you. As I said, Ellie is making 2 prizes and I have made 2 prizes. I'm going to show you the prizes I've made, and then it's going to be a surprise to who gets what. So the first one I have is a sock set. This is the Daily Profit sock set. Hoping you can see that. And there is a Ministry of Magic pin badge in there. So one of you will be getting a sock set, and the other one is Mimbulus Mimbletonia, and it's got a Deathly Hallows badge with it. And this is based on a plant. It's the one that covered everybody in Stink Sap on the Hogwarts Express. I think it was Neville Longbottom that set that off. So one of you will be winning the Mimbletonia. Congratulations, everybody. And again, thank you so much for taking part in that count. It was a lot of fun. Anything Harry Potter is a lot of fun. So yeah, hop on over to Ellie's next podcast episode, where she will be hopefully revealing her lovely prizes, and then we will get them off to you. Okay, what else? Acquisitions. Well, I showed you my Fisherman's Friend bag made by Rachel, so that was an acquisition. And the other one that I got was from the lovely Alison at Biff Sugar Yarns, and this is her puffin colourway. Look at those colours. It's just beautiful. And I'm thinking of making my Pecola shawl with this. It is 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, 365 metres. Yeah, so I'm thinking I might make that with this yarn. So yeah, loving that. So that is my only acquisition, apart from obviously the one I've got coming from that shop that I couldn't remember. Hopefully that will be here this week. Now, just a couple of things in the shop I want to share with you, actually 3. So the first one is another sock set. This is Blackberry Farm, and this is now in the shop. Kind of reminds me of, you know, when you go blackberrying and, you know, your fingers are all squished, and that colour, that sort of plummy blackcurranty colour. And also, this is based on a farm that is just up the road from me called Blackberry Farm. So yeah, so that's in the shop. The other ones I've got is Mossy Bank, which is BFL nylon, and it's just beautiful. I did a Rainbow Wishes set, and this was the green, and I loved it so much that I had to dye up some more. So yeah, I love that. In fact, that is a ranunculus. And the last one is Meadow Walk, which is again a BFL nylon, and here it is here. So it's got some lovely blues and lavenders and some grey greens in there. So it's really pretty. Yeah, so these are in the shop as we speak. So hop on over there, might see something you like. Otherwise, that's about it from me. Not a lot's been happening. As I said, I've been working really, really hard, and obviously got some time in lieu, and I had to take it today because this was my more free day of the week. So we've been doing a lot of training because schools are now back, and I've been in a lot of meetings around how that's going to work, and also how to support young people's mental health. So yeah, so we're really busy as a team across Brighton and Hove, and so today I'm just going to chill out and enjoy this lovely weather. So now a motorbike has just started up. It doesn't sound very good, actually. It sounds a bit dodgy. Might need a new exhaust on that one. Anyway, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please click like and subscribe and share the love in the world. And that hopefully means that more people can see content they like. And also, it's nice here because I get to meet new friends. Even though you are all virtual friends, I do appreciate each and every comment that comes in. It's really lovely to have that interaction with you. So yeah, so thanks again, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.